Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to confirm some of the authentication settings that we set up earlier in the course. Also go over and customize some of your utility pages and just generally clean up the app as we prepare to wrap up this course. So let's first start with your pages. If you started the app like I did, you'll have a lot of extra pages. And so some of these extra pages are the sales order items details. So let's delete that. Sales order items details right there. Let's delete that. The purchase order items, let's delete that. And the purchase order items details, let's delete that. So now we should end up with our dashboard. We actually don't need user details as well, so let's get rid of that one. Our dashboard, our inventory details, sales, purchase orders, suppliers, that's looking really good. Now let's go to our user area here, and let's take a look around our user tabs. So we have authentication. Let's make sure that all this still works for you, that you still want to enable login, authentication. If you want to enable Google Sign Up or Magic Links as well, you can do that. With Magic Links, it allows you to create a unique URL that you can send to somebody, and by clicking that URL, they will be automatically logged in into the app as their account. The downside about this is that if anyone gets access to that URL, they can then be authenticated as that user accessing their account. So it's really convenient to share with people, but also carries a security risk, so just know that. We're going to stick with our domain restricted sign up, and we're going to stick with our security settings, so that's looking pretty good. Now, earlier in the series, I talked about you being able to enable sign up or not. And so if sign up was disabled, say we disable sign up, you could also go into the users area and create new users this way. And that way you create new users, and then we could have Softr automatically notify those users. So if you go to notifications, you can enter your app name, which is Solar R Us, and it would be contact@solarrus.com. So we could set those configurations, and then we could also configure that whenever we create a new user, Softr will automatically send them the invitation to join. And then if you want, you can go in and modify the templates that we would send them, Softr would send them on your behalf to invite them to join the app that you just created an account for them with. All right. So they can either just sign up on themselves, or you can create a new account for them and then initiate these invitations to be sent as well to the new users. So then they're aware that you created an account and they get this email, and then they can proceed with the invite link that way too. All right. So the option's yours of how you want to get users into your application. Outside of this, though, we also have other templates that you can manage here. So if you want to have a template for your one-time code, you can adjust the way that comes to your users there. A template for resetting your password whenever users need to reset their password, and same thing for whenever users need to change their email. You can control the emails that we send to your users in this area in the notifications tab. All right. Now, data restrictions, we're going to come back to on the next lesson. User groups we're already aware of. We've done a lot of this. Users we're also aware of. This is our two-way sync. You can go in here to trigger your sync, pause it, open the table, all that kind of stuff. Again, you can go in here, add single users or bulk users as well. Let's get into our utility pages. So if we go to our login page, we've already done a little bit of this to make this on brand, so I like that. Let's go to our sign up page and do the same thing here. So we'll go over here, we'll grab our image that we've been using everywhere. That looks good, sign up there. Now I can go in and adjust some styles here. I can make my contents all different types of stuff. So whatever's best for you and your company, whatever the way you're looking to design this, you can. You don't even need to have a side section. Again, you can customize it as you see fit. So our sign up page is looking good. Now let's go to our account settings page. This is where users will be able to go in, access their account details, and change their account details. And right now this image doesn't work, so let's bring in our handy dandy image that we've been using everywhere. Let's also go to styles, and let's make it so this is center aligned there. And then we'll come back to content, and you could choose to add more fields here if you want them to be able to change other things. Emails there, names already there, a drop down to see maybe what other things they can change. We don't want them to be able to change the role. That's pretty sensitive. So I'm just going to remove that for now, but I wanted to show you that it is possible for you to manage other user related fields here. Again, this is the user table, and so you could allow them to change the data from the user table with the fields here. All right, so beyond that, I will also say that in this email right here, you can allow them to update their email. So update email flow. By doing this, That will allow them to change their emails and go through a flow to change their email should they need to change their email on file. Let's come over to our link expired. So any situation where we sent them a link and the link no longer works, we'll automatically show them this page for you. All that stuff's taken care of. Same thing with permissions denied. If they try to access a page they don't have access to, they will see that. Softr does that for you automatically. And finally, our 404 page. If they try to access a page that has been deleted, they will see this as well. So with that, we have configured all of our pages. Let's just confirm our page rules like we did in the beginning. Now that we have our user groups, so after sign in, logged in users will go to dashboard, warehouse managers, sales managers, they'll all go to dashboard. That's great. Same thing with sign up, everyone will go to dashboard. Now after sign out, they'll all go to login. That all looks good. So I think we're tracking really well here. We're very close to being able to launch this application. If there's anything else you need, make sure you drop a comment below and we'll try to get to it. Otherwise, see you on the next lesson, our final lesson, where we'll talk about global data restrictions, custom domains, and publishing your application. So I will see you there.